Today's episode of Off the Timeline is titled, What If the Red Sox Traded Carl Yastrzemski for Steve Carlton in 1972? What if the Red Sox never had a curse? What if Fenway Park was more rave than ballpark and the Yankees never got to chant 1918? It all changes with one trade in 1972. Carl Yastrzemski for Steve Carlton. Instead of tragic heartbreak, Boston becomes baseball's ultimate chaos franchise. And trust me, the numbers get just as weird as the story. In real life, Boston had to wait 86 years for a ring. But here, they win early, they win big, and then they start losing in ways that are somehow even funnier. We'll walk through this alternate history, decade by decade. Along the way, we'll hit some stats, storylines, winners, losers, and a few moments that will make you question how much caffeine Red Sox fans can actually handle. 1972, the trade that changed everything. So Boston ships out Yaz in this timeline, their franchise icon, to Philly for Steve Carlton. In real life, Carlton won 27 games for our last place Phillies team that year. 27! That's more than the entire 72 Padres rotation combined. Imagine dropping that guy straight into Fenway. Meanwhile, Yaz pairs with Mike Schmidt in Philadelphia. Combine Yaz's 300 bat with Schmidt's 548 career homers, and you basically get the 70s version of Judge and Soto. 1975 to 1978, Boston builds a dynasty. With Carlton anchoring the staff, the Sox win the 75 series over the Reds. Carlton throws a complete game shutout in Game 7. In 1978, there's no Bucky Dent miracle, and Boston wins again. Suddenly, Boston has 2 rings while Disco's still around. Yankees fans can't chant 1918 anymore, so they just start yelling about traffic on the Mass Pike instead. From 1975 to 1978, Carlton racks up 1,100 strikeouts. 1980s, the Fenway roller coaster. But every roller coaster has its highs, but it also has its lows. By the 1980s, Carlton's aging. Dennis Eckersley alternates between Cy Young and Home Run Derby pitcher, and Oil Can Boyd, well, he's Oil Can Boyd. Boston papers literally dubbed them the Fenway roller coaster. One year they win 95 games, the next they're losing series to the Mariners. It's like the baseball version of mood swings. 1986, Clemens becomes a Met. Roger Clemens shows up in 1984, but Steve Carlton refuses to mentor him. You have the cranky pitching grandpa versus the young, arrogant ace. So Boston ships Clemens to the Mets because who knows? Pairing Roger Clemens with Doc Gooden, that's a cheat code. In real life, Clemens won 7 Cy Youngs. In this New York Met timeline, he probably wins about 10. And here's the kicker. Without Clemens, Boston doesn't even make the 1986 World Series. So the Buckner error? It never happens. Mets still celebrate, Red Sox fans still cry, but this time it's because they're not invited. And that, with Red Sox Heartbreak, now available in new and improved flavors. Let's fast forward to the 90s, more specifically 1997 and the Nomar Curse. Boston finally lands the next superstar in Nomar Garciaparra. Hits 306 out of the gate. And what do? They ship him to the Expos for Pedro Martinez. Now, Pedro puts up a 2 ERA season. Boston racks up strikeouts like it's a side hustle. But Nomar, he keeps the Expos alive for another decade. Kids in Montreal start saying Nomar before they say bonjour. This becomes the Nomar Curse. Every Sox star they trade away instantly becomes an MVP somewhere else. It's like Boston is running a charity program for a rival franchise. And for Nomar's Curse stat line, you can tack on another 20 WAR just for keeping the Expos relevant a little bit longer. 1999, Pedro's dugout meltdown. Pedro Martinez strikes out 17 Yankees in Game 3 of the ALCS. Pure dominance. But when the bullpen coughs up Game 7, Pedro punches a dugout wall. The headline the next day is The Wall Heard Round New England. At this point, therapists in Boston are putting in overtime. And To note, Fenway might have needed renovations anyways, but Pedro Martinez was just speeding up the process. 2004, the reverse Bambino. In our world, A-Rod to Boston collapse. In this one, it goes through. Unfortunately for Red Sox fans, in this case, A-Rod is still on the losing end of the 2004 ALCS as the Yankees prevail over the Red Sox in the '04 ALCS. And while there's no more curse of the Bambino, this is replaced with the reverse Bambino. Instead of the Red Sox being lovable losers by 2004, Boston becomes baseball's Darth Vader. Fans start wearing Stormtrooper helmets to Fenway, and honestly, it sort of fits. 2013, the wild ride pays off. Finally, the Chaos Roulette wheel lands on Boston's number. They win the 2013 World Series like they do in our timeline. It's emotional. It's cathartic. It's perfect. And then Bobby Valentine shows up at the parade in a clown wig, because in this timeline, even the celebrations got a punchline. 2018, Harper versus Mookie. In this universe, Boston trades Mookie Betts just like ours. The one difference is, in this universe, this parallel one, the Red Sox bring in Bryce Harper. Harper wins World Series MVP. Mookie Betts wins NL MVP with the Dodgers. And Red Sox Nation gets split into two camps, Team Bryce versus Team Mookie. Thanksgiving dinner arguments in New England are basically arbitration hearings now. 2023, the Fenway Freak Show. The Red Sox land Shohei Ohtani, 2A superstar, face of the game, and what do? Turn Fenway into a nightclub. Post-game EDM concerts, glow sticks in the bleachers, players begging for earplugs. It's baseball meets Coachella, and Ohtani's the headliner. Fenway tickets now come with a free Red Bull. 2025, peak chaos. Boston wins it all again. Shohei Ohtani, World Series MVP. The duck boat rolls through Boylston Street, blasting bass drops, confetti, glow sticks, and a reminder that this franchise is not cursed. It's just insane. And honestly, baseball's better for it. So let's break down some winners and losers in this universe. The winners, for the Phillies, they get a 1-2 punch of Carl Yastrzemski and Mike Schmidt and run the 1970s. The Mets, they get Clemens and basically become dominant, like equivalent to the real life 90s Yankees. The Expos, they continue to exist into the 2000s thanks to Nomar Garciaparra. And I would say ESPN, because of dysfunctional Red Sox, would be a great soap opera, but that also overestimate how much ESPN actually cares about baseball. And the losers, the Yankees, who lose their 1918 taunt 3 decades early. Red Sox fans, who swap one curse for 3 new runs. And Roger Clemens, who becomes a New York tabloid villain. So what did we learn here? That Boston was never meant to be boring. From Yaz in Philly, to Clemens with the Mets, all the way to Ohtani turning Fenway into an EDM festival, the Red Sox are baseball's ultimate agent of chaos. They're not cursed, they're chaotic, and that's probably even better. And if you like this dive into alternate baseball history, hit that like button, subscribe to Off the Timeline for more chaos, and drop your favorite Red Sox what if in the comments. Because in baseball, chaos always wins.